Greetings, my name is Randy Waltemeyer with Traffic Planning and Design. I'm the project manager for the Connecting with the Ardens planning study. This is a Will Mapco-led project with consultant support by Traffic Planning and Design and Remline. The Ardens is made up of the villages of Ardentown, Arden, and Ardencroft, and together these communities have a village design of prominent open spaces and a connection to nature. Threading together the villages is a unique network of pedestrian paths. These pathways provide a way to enjoy the Ardens without the need for a car. Yet crossing some of the main thoroughfares that traverse through the Ardens, most notably Harvey Road, can be very challenging due to the roadway's speed and traffic volume. So this video depiction gives an indication of the typical challenges for crossing Harvey Road. And really, addressing these safety and traffic concerns is really a key focus of the Connecting with the Ardens transportation plan. This project is going to follow a traditional planning methodology, which begins through gathering public input and the evaluation of existing conditions to help define and set a project vision. Then those various concepts will be generated, each of which fulfills the project's vision and goals. And through a second public workshop, that those alternatives will be narrowed to a preferred alternative, which will be a set or series of projects. Those projects will then be prioritized or ranked to help develop some prioritization amongst them, and then an implementation plan or strategy using a combination of funding sources and grants and other opportunities will be defined and articulated. And ultimately, that plan will look to generate physical change throughout the Ardens that would take and address the project's vision and goals. For Harvey Road, there have been past efforts to look at traffic calming on Harvey Road, and out of those discussions, there have been points of consensus established between the Ardens, Will Mapco, DelDOT, and other agencies, and those include primarily using horizontal traffic calming features, those which would deflect a vehicle laterally, not vertically, and so the improvements that will be proposed will look to comply with DelDOT standards using the state's traffic calming manual, and will feature things such as the use of low-level landscaping and making sure that the traffic calming features are traversable by both emergency vehicles, school buses, and transit vehicles. Now let's look at some of the information that we've already heard through past workshops. On September 8th, a Will Mapco-led walkable workshop was held in the Ardens to start looking at identifying some of the challenges and strategies for improving walkability through the Ardens. Pictured here is the walking portion of that workshop where participants went out and looked at some of the challenges, particularly at the Harvey and Veal Road intersection. That was followed by some tabletop workshops where the participants identified some of those issues as well as suggestions and strategies for improving. Here's a depiction of some of those improvements, both at an intersection specific level as well as a community-wide level. Secondly, an online survey was posted from late August to early October, where there were 223 respondents to that online survey, and one can see a breakdown of the survey respondents and their relationship to the Ardens here in the graph below. Looking further at some of the data results, an opening question was asked: how do you feel the transportation system in the Ardens meets your current needs? And the results here showed A general majority felt that the current system somewhat well meets their needs, but there's certainly an indication of room for improvement. Next, some Harvey Road specific questions were asked. This one asking, how concerned are you with speeding and safety on Harvey Road? And here you can see that there was some very concerned, even extremely concerned responses with respect to the speeding and safety on Harvey Road. In tandem, a question was asked, what types of amenities would you like to see added to Harvey Road? And the number one answer was improved pedestrian crossings. And that answer of improving pedestrian crossings was a common thread and the most requested amenity on all three of the roadways in the Ardens. Next questions were asked with respect to the safety and speeding of Veal Road. There was more of a moderate sense of the level of concern for the speeding and safety on Veal when compared to Harvey. That same amenities question was asked on Veal Road, where once again the improved pedestrian crossings stuck out as the most requested amenity. On Marsh Road, there was more of a moderate level of concern with regards to safety and speeding, but yet improved pedestrian crossings, once again, was the most requested or desired amenity. In parallel to the online survey, there was also an interactive mapping component to the survey. In this map, locations of places that survey respondents enjoy are depicted as hotspots, and you can see a concentration of those towards the various open spaces and greens throughout the Ardens. Similarly, a question was asked of where does one enjoy either walking or traveling through the Ardens, and so each of these green pathways indicates some of those enjoyable paths and walkways. On the flip side, in red are noted some barriers to biking and walking, and both of those were reported along Harvey Road. For detail, there was a third question asked of where one finds to be problematic areas for walking and biking, and so there you can see a concentration along the Harvey Road corridor, as well as Veal and some other corridors within the Ardens. In addition to that public input and survey work, there's some more data sources. The consultant team, TPD, collected speed data throughout the first week of October to evaluate the state of traveling vehicles and their speeds at 5 locations throughout the Ardens. These 85th percentile speeds are reported in red, and these results show that there's the largest variance between the 85th percentile speed and the speed limits on the southern end of Harvey Road. Additionally, crash data has been summarized. This is looking just at Harvey Road from 2015 through October of 2021, where 107 crashes were reported, and most of those are concentrated at the signalized intersections along Harvey Road. To stay most up to date on this plan and the project schedule, it's best to follow through the project's website at willmapcode.org. You can also sign up for email updates, which will be sent out as the project's schedules are solidified and further workshops are scheduled. Returning to this project overview slide, there will be 2 further opportunities to provide public input. The first of those will be in February 2023 as alternatives are developed and input is sought to help narrow down to a preferred alternative. And then additionally in May, as the strategy begins to crystallize and come together as a draft plan, there will be that third opportunity to provide input on the draft plan before taking the plan to each of the Ardens councils for review, comment, and ultimate finalization. In between those formal meetings, however, you can feel free to reach out to either myself or Bill at Wilmapco. Both of our contact information is here, and we'd be happy to talk through any comments or ideas or concerns you might have throughout the course of the project. Thank you for your time, attention, and participation, and we look forward to working together on developing a robust plan for connecting with the Ardens.